So here I am just enjoying my Hytale single player mode. I've honestly no idea what I'm doing, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to tell you the easiest way to share this Hytale server with your friends and family. And it's really straightforward thanks to Tailscale. So what is Tailscale? For those of you that aren't familiar, we are a connectivity tool. We basically make firewalls disappear. We use something called NAT traversal to do that. It's a very complicated topic, which I really don't want to get into today. What I want to do is get you up and running as fast as possible, sharing a single node Hytale game instance with your friends. Okay, so I'm going to assume at this point that you've already signed up for a free Tailscale account. If you haven't, you can head over to tailscale.com to get started, and it's free, completely free. Tailscale monetizes itself by offering a free plan, and hopefully you enjoy the product so much that you'll take it to work and then your company gives Tailscale some money. That's it. That's the business model. We're not going to do any rug pulls. In fact, we've committed that Tailscale will be free forever. You get 100 devices and 3 users for free forever. Now, you can click on the Get Started button up here, but I mean, I do work here, so I already have an account. I won't go through that process of creating one today. As I say, it's completely free. But once you have created one, you'll want to spend quite a bit of time in this sort of admin console area here. So the first thing we've got to do is make sure that your gaming rig, whatever that happens to be, in my case, it's just a MacBook Pro. It could be a Windows computer. It could be a Linux box, whatever. It doesn't matter. Tailscale clients support all of those different operating systems. So you can go to tailscale.com/download and see all of the different places that Tailscale can run, like Apple TVs and Steam Decks and all that kind of cool stuff. Today, we're just going to focus on making sure that you are logged in on macOS. The steps are broadly the same for Windows, and you will probably want to do this on your computer, but so will your friend as well. So head over to tailscale.com/download to install the client locally for Tailscale on your system. Now, I've already done that and gone ahead and got logged into Tailscale, but it's a fairly straightforward process. Why don't I just log out and show you how difficult it is to log into Tailscale? Let's bring this over here, and I'm going to do log out. And now I'm going to add an account. So I'm going to add this local laptop, which happens to be called Baldric, to this demo tailnet that I have here. I'm going to sign in using one of the authentication providers, in this case Google. It's not really important which one you pick. There is no major difference between any of them really. And I'm going to add this to this tailnet here. So my device, Baldric, brackets 2, because I didn't delete the old version of Baldric before I added the new one. Yours will just show up as Baldric. And you can see that here, Baldric is the node now on my tailnet. Now, I was already filming this demo earlier, so I already still have a shared version. Like this laptop is already shared out with, well, it's myself, because this laptop behind me is going to it's going to role play as my friend in today's video. So I'm going to revoke access from Alex because I don't know if I can trust him yet. I'm also going to revoke that invite as well, because we'll come on to the node sharing piece shortly. But this is the first most difficult piece. You've already done it. You've already connected your local system to your tailnet. Okay, great. Next thing, in the game, we need to enable kind of server mode. So we go into this online play option that's here, where it says allow other players to join. We want to change this to be on. Now you can set a password or not. It's entirely up to you. The entire purpose of using Tailscale versus doing something called port forwarding, and if you don't know what that means, essentially between you and the internet, there is something called a firewall. And that firewall's job is to allow different bits of traffic in and out. And you can set specific rules, these are called port forwarding rules, to allow your friends to connect in remotely if they know your public IP address, which is a whole other kettle of fish, to connect in through that firewall using a process called port forwarding. Tailscale makes all of that go away, and it's automatically discoverable for your friends just simply by giving them, I'll show you a link later on, but it's so simple, honestly. Now, we make sure that we've got allow other players to join set to on. I'm not going to set a password again because this isn't being put on the public internet, so it's perfectly secure, encrypted end-to-end between you and your friend, and then click save. Now, what you're going to get next is a share code. This is the code you'd send to your friend and have them put into their Hytale instance on the remote side. But you need to send them a second item as well. You need to share a link with them. So you go to share. This is in your Tailscale admin console, I should say. You click on the node in question, so Baldric. I'm going to click on share right here, and I'm going to copy a reusable share link. If I have multiple friends, a reusable link, one link per person is a bit overkill probably. But click on that, copy that link to your clipboard, and then send it to your friend with your messaging app of choice. Now, I'm going to jump over there to the computer behind me, which is sort of role-playing as my friend today. And that computer is connected to the internet over 5G, tethered from my phone, because I wanted to prove to you that this computer is on my local Wi-Fi. You can see KTZ, that's the Wi-Fi in this house. But that one is connected to my iPhone. So it's kind of simulating a computer in a different physical location as best as I can do in video format. Now, at this point, you should be ready to share those two pieces of information with your friend. The Tailscale node sharing login link, and then also the secure kind of connection code for Hytale. So let's walk through that process. It's really straightforward. It should only take a minute or two. First of all, we need to go into Tailscale. They need to create a Tailscale account, a free Tailscale account, and then paste, once they're logged in and they have their client device. So again, for me, this is another MacBook. They need to have that client device logged into the Tailnet as well. And then click on accept invite, and you will see that Baldric is now showing up as a shared in device from that Tailnet over there to this Tailnet over here. So just pretend this is your friend in another country or another state, or even just across town, whatever. So now their Tailnet has a direct path from wherever they are to wherever your server is, wherever your laptop is. And so what we need to do next is just take our connection string, copy and paste the code from Hytale itself, go into servers here, this option, and then click join via code. And this is going to do all of the NAT traversal, basically all the UPnP, the port forwarding, like that's it, it's done. Like we are now in and connected. How cool is that? I can go and look at my other self over here. Maybe I should get pink hair. What do we think? But anyway, that is how difficult it is to use Tailscale to share a node in Hytale. And the same thing with Tailscale will work with like Minecraft and Factorio and all the rest of it. Now, I'm going to do a separate video that will probably come out in a week or two about setting up Hytale as a dedicated Linux Docker server. So if that's of interest to you, make sure you get subscribed and all that good stuff. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get on with some real work. All right. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I've been Alex from Tailscale.